what I think Baddies is about, what I think is a bad representation of black women.
Okay.
And how black women are seen. I think it perpetuates stereotypes of black women, that we're loud, that we're aggressive, that we can't use our words.
Yeah. I don't know how nobody thinks like me. Like, everybody should think like me. Yes, what do you mean? Who's gonna check
me? But where
me?
does morals come in then? Morally, for me, I would feel like I am continuously perpetuating negative stereotypes of black women. I don't want anything to do with it.
But people already act like that. So, yeah, but you're not. But
you're now making it on a wider scale.
No, so and that's not true, because people are gonna act. I'm not your role model.
Yeah, but you're
just watching me on TV. No, I'm just going to work. It's interesting. Like, for me, I mean, I've been in this lane for 17 years. Bad Girls Club was 17 years ago for me.
Do you ever feel bad? Not like
about what?
Do you ever feel bad about what I think Baddies is about, what I think is a bad representation of black women.
Okay.
And how black women are seen. I think it perpetuates stereotypes of black women, that we're loud, that we're aggressive, that we can't use our words. Yeah. So do you ever feel guilty, especially like in places, I guess in like America, where black people are still seen, even here as well, like, they look at us, or probably that's why, to be honest with you, the kicking off the shoe thing, it's more to do with probably how you look than, you're not allowed your shoes off in the restaurant. Because it's we have all that undertone racism here still, like, you look like you shouldn't be here, so now I'm going to make you feel like, all that kind of stuff. But what I'm saying is that perpetuation of, black people, do you ever feel bad about that? Like, do you ever feel bad about Karen, for a better use, or I don't know, Sarah, white lady that's watching Baddies at home, and she doesn't have any black friends, and she thinks to herself, oh my God, look at all the black women ripping out the weaves.
I feel like it doesn't matter whatever platform African American women are on, they're always gonna paint the African American woman to be the angry black woman, or the loud one, or the fighter.
That's
I've worked with a lot of networks, even here when I was on Celebrity Big Brother in the UK, I was on Channel 5 here, it doesn't.
If you're not fighting, they're not going to paint you to be a fighter. If you're not disrespectful, they're not going to paint you to be disrespectful. This woman has no form of shame, disgrace. She doesn't feel it in her bone because she's making so much money. So for her, she just feel like she's living her life. She feel like she's the entrepreneur that made it out and figured something out to make money off of. But when it comes down to how people characterize you, the way how you present and portray yourself definitely matters. And she doesn't realize that she is influencing a generation to not care.
Matter. They're going to edit us to look how they want to perceive us to look.
I disagree, because I did Celebrity Big Brother, right? I did the one that came back after 10 years. I was on the 2 years ago, and I was fully aware that I was a black woman in a predominantly white space, and predominantly white people were going to watch me. And my thing is that God forbid I give them any sort of content that is going to add to the stereotype of a black woman.
Do you think that you acted like yourself, or were you walking around on eggshells because you were worried about how people were going to perceive you?
I think it was a bit of both, but I think that as a black woman, I don't think that's anything that we don't do on and off camera. I think even a woman that is not in front of the camera, and I think that's why a lot of black women kind of resonated with me, even women that would do normal 9-to-5s, because they saw all of the microaggressions that was being put onto me, and me having to like think twice about and I think, again, that's what I'm saying. I think shows like Baddies and just be yourself. I don't think
they should be themselves.
But there's a time and place for everything. You don't have to bring out the worst of you in every setting. Some situations is meant for you to walk away from. She mentioned just a second ago to where she felt like she didn't have to be herself, or she pretended to be another persona. You're going to have many personas. Natalie looking at this girl right now like she want to beat her up. That's problematic. You don't have to act on all of the negative attributes of yourself in every setting. It's okay to say, you know what, I can turn turn the other cheek. I can walk away. I can use my words to defend myself instead of going straight to fisticuffs, because then now somebody probably going to jail or the hospital.
I don't think that is real to the real world. Like a black woman in her office job 9 to 5 does not get to talk back to her boss. It's just not going to work. She's going to get fired. But then there's certain things that they see on TV. So I'm allowed to be myself, and it's like, yeah, it may be in a predominantly black world where people get us. Like, I get why you're going to get annoyed with me or give me a little bit of that, but the other woman doesn't. So
but I think people should be authentically themselves. So whether the cameras are up or not, like, it just doesn't matter. People are going to love you. They're going to love to hate you. But as long as they're still watching and you're being who you are, it shouldn't matter.
So then
as long as they're still watching, I'm okay with people being who they're supposed to be, but we still have to understand as a culture. See, that's why I think it is best for us to limit certain things that we watch, because if you're watching things that's influencing you in a negative manner, that's not helping you out or conduct yourself or learn from it, it's probably not going to be conducive to watch. And what's happening is they're spreading that type of information to a lot of women out there, and a lot of women thinking it's okay to do it. And so it's going to reinforce some of the thoughts that they already have instead of just closing the door on it.
Like for me, like I've been on TV for 17 years. The majority of my work has been reality television. So the only thing that can be tricky is the editing. However, they edit things and when they cut things out and they can, clip and paste things certain ways. But the truth is, as long as you're just always being yourself, like, I don't give a if you like me or not. That's just
they can't edit you beating somebody ass. If you beating somebody ass, you definitely doing it.
It should be across the board.
I think you get that privilege because you are a boss and you are.
No, that's not true though. Because when I first came on Bad Girls Club,
as in, you're not working in a corporate world. So the idea of you just getting to be fearlessly yourself, I think
people know. So even after the show's done, I have to still like go to work. It's not always the cameras. It's not always. So you have to just be able to adapt in the environment. So if I'm on Baddies right now and I'm just talking shit, I'm going to pop my back. I'm not going to come here to your show, and if I don't agree with something with whatever you're saying, start popping my shit. It's like you almost have to turn it on and off in any type of environment you are. So if a girl clocks in at her 9 to 5, no, you're not going to do whatever you're going to do when you clock out and it's baddie shot o'clock at the bar after work with your friends. So I feel like people just need to understand that every environment you're supposed to adapt to whatever it is. Like,
right.
This woman's face is demonic. I'm not even going to lie. Seeing her face is scary. It just is almost like a mask or something, like a swollen type of mask. I don't know if she's like fighting that much to where she's taking that much blunt force trauma to the face to where it looks like that. But she just looks really scary to me. It's kind of crazy.
Supposed to go into everything acting like a fucking baddie and a psycho ass that's ready to slap everyone because the lady didn't hurry up at the bar with your drink or whatever it is. Like, you should be able to conduct yourself.
No, but you are portraying that women should do that. If they're getting disrespected, they can jump off the hinges. See, you can't put some type of discernment on it to say you should use it now and then use it later. You're teaching women to jump off the rails, go off the hinges off of any little disagreement or any altercation. That's what you're promoting. So now don't try and backtrack right now.
Yeah, and that's what
in any environment. So yeah, like Baddies, we know what we signed up for. You come on the show and it's turn up time. Whether we're partying, whether we're traveling state to state to do shows and concerts. That's why I'm always saying, like, we don't fight at our shows, guys. If you want to argue with each other when the show's over on the bus ride back to the house, do it. But in front of everybody at a concert, like say tomorrow night,
right.
Those girls do not all get along on my show. On the road right now. But they're not gonna do no weird.
Right.
You know what I mean? They're not gonna do that, and that's why when the cameras aren't rolling, I will work with certain girls off camera too.
Okay.
So the ones that are here on the road with me right now, I can put $1 million on the line, and I know they're not gonna do no weird. These girls. Now, if I had Summer, or I don't know, I don't want to say any more names, but it could go left.
Do you feel like you
gotta.
Because obviously, like you said, you've been doing this for 17 years. You're a businesswoman, but even talking to you, I can see there's a level of empathy you have. There's a level, like when you walked into the room, there was like, I think that's what I was saying earlier about the environment of the US compared to the environment. Don't get me wrong, there's bad places in the UK, but I think we have a lot more aid here. We have a lot more, we got free healthcare, we've got free schooling, all of this stuff. You know what I mean? You can. It's not. I'm not saying it's a bed of roses, but I know. I remember watching a documentary about Mary J. Blige, and she was just talking about growing up in New York and where she was from, and how she just wasn't. She didn't smile. Like it was a weakness.
They don't talk about Mary J. Blige being from my hometown, Savannah and Richmond Hill. They don't want to talk about that too much, but she also was. She also grew up down here as well.
To show smiling was a weakness, so she just walked around all the time with a hard face because you didn't do that.
Right.
And I was thinking about just the difference, and that's, I think I have a lot more grace for the American ladies because, like you said, they're a product of their environment, and I don't think, and I think sometimes for them this is the only way out.
Right.
Whereas for me, when I've spoken about like when they're doing the Baddies UK over here, I don't think that fighting is the only way out. For the UK girlies. That's how I feel about it.
I do. That's interesting. I haven't really. I think so. What I got from being in the UK when I did Big Brother was a lot of the UK is very tapped in with the American like culture and the celebrity lifestyle, but I don't know too much about like the UK. All I know is that the UK can be a little bit more, you know, like you said. It
might be a little bit more strict, but it's a very mesh culture. I'm not gonna lie. A lot of the UK people, they definitely follow the US culture to the T, just being honest. The music, the styles, the trends, the whole nine. So we can't say that the UK is too far removed from the US because it's very similar.
Word you use, reserved.
Reserved, yeah.
So I just, that's what I get from it. So maybe you're right. Maybe they don't have no business acting the way they're acting, and maybe there's no excuse for it. I mean, I know that the baddies that are on Baddies, like that's really who these girls really be getting it popping.
So
like they be.
So then is it like
I get calls from jail in the middle of the night every week.
No shame.
From somebody on my show.
So is it
bail bonds? I'm Natalie the bails bondman.
That's
bailing
crazy.
these out left and right.
So in a like, if I was to be like, look at it and say, okay, no matter what I feel about it, you are helping these ladies that have come from a bad environment, and you're giving them some sort.
You're
of
just
like,
trying to figure out a reason to like the fact that I get it.
No, because
that's true though.
But this is what
I
I'm
do
saying.
agree with that.
10 years ago,
Right.
I would have sat here and
you would have
I would have just kept going to
No, but
get
I
the
agree.
thing.
No, I
so
agree
for me,
with what
it's
you're
like
saying.
I'm trying to find. Okay,
I do
maybe.
agree with that part. Now,
Getting a little tense. You're talking over each other.
I have changed each and every single one of these girls' lives, and
At what cost?
like, yes, some of them were former dancers, exotic dancers. They'd never been back to the strip club, and most of them didn't like it when they were there. So, Baddies to them is more opportunity, and they've made way more money than whatever they could have been doing before that. Some of them were trapping, selling weed. I don't know, you know, they say it on the show, living in the projects. So my girls they're all making a lot of money. Some of them are now homeowners, got their first cars, put their mother and parents in houses, their kids.
Like anything degenerate, it just sounds like it's all about the money. This is the same excuse that drug dealers make, strippers make, sex workers make. It's all about the dollar. As long as I can make this cash, everything else will give it a pass. That's a problem because you have to look at what you're breeding or whatnot. You still breeding more degeneracy. You still breeding people who possibly might not be able to function after all the fame is said and done. You know what I'm saying? But when you in it, it's fun. But when you out of it, it's probably not going to be.
Lives have changed, and they're making a lot of money. I'll just tell you that.
The money thing.
They're making a lot of money.
I hear a lot of the word money.
Yeah.
Obviously, you had that viral interview with Cam that went, and he said, "What did the baddies bring to the table?" And
money.
You said money.
Yeah.
All I need is the money.
Yes.
I need money.
If it ain't about the money.
And my thing is,
sad.
What's your sign first? When's your birthday?
Go and have a guess.
I think you're a Capricorn.
No.
See, Aries.
Go on. No. This is proof that star signs is rubbish.
I don't know.
Because look, she's got 2 wrong now. And then when I say the one that
Cancer.
I am. No. See, when I say the one that I am, when I say the one that I am, you're going to be like, I knew it. I'm a Leo.
Oh, shit.
Did you? Yeah, sure. Did you know that I was a Leo?
No.
Did you guess? Oh, school.
How you're convicted, the way you speak.
Okay, it's giving.
She gave Leo.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
She like, I'm ready to end this.
Oh, wow. I'm just basically everything.
No, not an Aquarius.
Basically
Aquarius is crybaby-ish. and the
Virgo
water's
is kind of.
nah,
I've
she
never
didn't
been
give that,
given
but
Virgo.
I'm a
Virgo
Capricorn. No,
Wait, a Capricorn's fire?
no,
Earth. Okay. So the money thing.
Yeah, I asked that because when you Google Capricorn, the first thing that comes up is business money.
Right, okay. So maybe that's why. Because my thing is, I understand the money thing. But is money the decider of it all? Like, is it as long as money's being made, it's okay? Because I feel like that is
What's okay?
Well, it's like from what I got from that piece of the interview was that everything is okay because they're making money. Like, no, like it doesn't matter what you think about Baddies. We make money, and because we make money, that's all that matters. Like, whatever you lot have to say about us fighting, whatever you lot have to say, we make money.
Yeah, that's what it's about. Views and money and clout. That's all it is.
I don't know how nobody thinks like me. Like, everybody should think like me. Yes. What do you mean?
Because for me,
like, it's money, the power, then the respect. Like,
yeah, but
if you have the money and you can do whatever the you want, like, there's nobody's gonna say to you.
Yeah, but
like, there's who's gonna check
where
me?
Does morals come in then?
You have your own morals. That's your foundation. How did your mother raise you? Who raised you? That you got to go back to your morals in life. Like, how were you raised? So you should always have that foundation there, but no one ever should judge you on, like, I've never judged any of my friends for whatever they do for a living.
That's a lie, because if somebody says that, you know, what you do is degenerate, you're going to call them lame probably. You're going to judge them and say that they're square or whatnot. The society judges people. You know, if this wasn't so acceptable on what you're doing, you probably wouldn't be doing it because you'll be getting judged. So the only reason why you feel no guilt and no shame is because you go back to the dollar, but at the same time, you don't understand the moral, you don't understand the moral responsibility that you have in this situation to play on other people's lives.
No one should be judging you. Morals, like, you know, what are morals? Like, what is something that you live by that's a moral?
So for me, like I said, I think I'm very big on how we are seen as a people. And I think that this specific thing, morally for me, I would feel like I am continuously perpetuating negative stereotypes of Black women. I don't want anything to do with it.
But people already act like that. So, yeah, but you're not. But
you're now making it on a wider scale.
No, so and that's not true, because people are going to act how they're going to act.
No,
regardless.
but it's like,
and they shouldn't be looking at me. I'm not your. I think even Rihanna said this, or a couple people, big celebrities. I'm not your role model.
Yeah, but you're
just watching me on TV. No, I'm just going to work.
But this is where I disagree.
I know one told you to just slap the out of somebody when you get mad at them because I did.
Okay, no, but that's what I'm saying.
It's a lot of young people that probably look up to you that definitely see that behavior and say, I'm a baddie too.
No, it's like you're not a role model, but
I'm just Natalie Nunn. Yes,
yeah,
people
but
look up
with your
to me,
platform, it comes with responsibility.
It is. So that's what I'm
if
gonna
you
say.
have a bit of responsibility,
I agree.
then you are
My
now
responsibility, though, is not to raise all the 15 million people that watch Baddies every Sunday.
That's crazy to me that there's 15 million people that watch it, and you think that all those 15 million people at one point knew that there was. They never, it's like you didn't know. A lot of American people didn't know about London until they watched Top Boy, right? Crazy. Okay, so my whole point is there's a lot of people that don't necessarily, they already have a perception of Black women, but have they ever seen a Black woman fighting? No, until they switched on Baddies and they saw the Black women fighting.
But it's not just Black women. White women fight too.
Yeah, but we don't get as much grace as a white woman. A white woman can fight, and a white woman gets to be.
See it as
but that's reality though. Well, it's not what we should see, it's reality.
We shouldn't see it like that. And I don't, so I guess to answer your question, I don't see it like that. I don't see it. I see.
Even if you don't see the color, it's still the aspect of you grooming a new generation of females to act a certain way and move a certain way and feel like there's no shame to be a so-called baddie.
Asian women fight. I get tagged in baddies in Russia. There's like a baddies Russia and some is knocking niggas. Bro, I never seen no like it before. People tag me every day with this one girl. She's like knocking people's heads off. They're like, you gotta get her on Baddies USA. I'm like, who is this girl? Some Baddies Russia. And it's a white girl, like literally like Hulk Hogan type shit. I don't see it like I see us doing a lot of other things besides just fighting. So I see the girls on my show overcoming life situations that they've gone through. I see family dynamics happening. I see storylines about, sisters having sisters and family issues. I have, women on here who are really artists, like amazing artists, talented. They can sing, they can rap. We're going from city to city, selling out big venues, shows. Like you said, here in London, we had to get a bigger venue. They moved us to a bigger spot, sold that out within an hour. Like, these girls are getting the opportunity to showcase other things, and it is obviously being showcased because their streams are going crazy with their music. These girls are like my baddies in America. Even here, they've came to London and they've sold out shows here in London, like without the baddies. They came on their own, like people booked them. And so for me, I'm like, okay, yeah, we fight a little bit and people love the drama. Believe me, that's the only thing we're talking about. But there's so much more shit that's going on.
So it's like a gateway. If you take the time,
it's totally a gateway.
If you take the time to go
they
beyond.
They are taking the time because they're going to their Spotify pages. And these girls are getting the most stream. My baddies are getting way more. They're more popping than half of the bitches in Hollywood right now.
The U.S. is cooked, man. It's going to constantly go back to what they're doing, their accolades, their success, the whole nine. And granted, it is what it is. I understand that you have this form of entertainment where people can make money from. Just like other violent sports, people could say the same thing, that it's still possibly violent. But we still got to look at what it's actually promoting. It's not promoting discipline. It's not promoting feminine behavior. Most other sports, they actually, teach the person some form of discipline. This is teaching you to be irate and go off on people and fight. And that's not what you're gonna be doing all your life. So that's where what it's promoting is going to be the downside.
My girls are Anna, Tasiki, Krishan, Stunner Girls. Every girl that's came on my platform has been able to capitalize off of being on Baddies besides fighting.
Right. Okay.
That's just a part of the show. Like, that's just maybe the bus ride to the club, slapping with somebody. Then they get on stage and they perform. And the fans, the 15 million people who are watching are like, oh shit, Anna got a song? Let me go download it. And they're literally popping. So whether it's Diamond the Bodies, the girls, all these girls they're able to pivot in other ways. They're getting record deals. The real labels are like, it's a real thing. But she is definitely a born, like, this is what it was like when I was in the Big Brother house. You are definitely somebody that's born and raised here in the UK, very reserved.
But the people don't think I'm reserved.
It's not bad though. It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad because you're right. People do think like that, but your way of thinking, I feel like, is a little bit outdated. But that's not bad. It's not in the wrong thing. I don't even know how old you are.
No, I'm
probably older than you.
I'm 36.
Okay, I'm 40. Actually, just turned 41. I'm 41.
We're in the same
My birthday was
thing.
like 3 weeks ago.
No, we are in the same tick
So at the end of the day, for me, I think people's way of thinking about baddies that think like the way you're speaking is outdated. Wow. It's old. Nobody's like, it's 2026. Nobody, motherfuckers not thinking like that anymore. Bitches are watching baddies saying, I want to boss up. I need that platform so I can rap and get my music heard. People want to be seen, not just for the fighting. People are watching baddies because they're like, these are popping. They're the it in Hollywood. That is the way right now. It is the way. Like, nobody.
I don't believe that's the way. I believe that might be one way for a certain type of female, but I don't think nobody want to go down that road. Most people don't even want to expose themselves in that type of light. They don't even want to do that behavior because to maintain that energy is horrible. You got to maintain, that's dark energy all the time. That's scary as hell. Nobody want to deal with that.
These girls have podcasts too. Twitch and Bigo, all of these things that have opened up the doors for them. These are big companies. Twitch, Bigo, they're getting big deals with these streaming platforms.
Do you think that's, some people will say that's just because they want to benefit off like exploiting black people?
No.
Or just bad behavior?
I
Like
mean,
Maybe bad
something because
behavior.
the bad behavior is coming regardless with life. This is real life. Like, people are arguing and fighting with people every day, whether you're
Yeah.
agreeing or not agreeing, or whether it goes as far as some things on Baddies. It's real life. People fight every day.
so one of the
Hide your kids, hide your wife. That's the best thing I can say is, hide your kids, hide your wife, because they snatching everybody out here. The thing about it is, you're going to have to just figure out what side you want to be on. You know, this stuff, everything is going to be meshed into the culture. This is just a degenerate society that we live in. Not the whole thing, but there are parts of it. And if you want to take part of those parts, just be prepared with the consequences. It's really hard to even, put a real finger on it. I don't think I wouldn't want my daughters to be in that lifestyle, because it's hard to sustain that. And then you're gonna always see the dark side of people, man. It's traumatic. You gotta really morph and re-engineer who you actually are to even be in something like that. If you that type of being, that might be the lane for you. But I would highly suggest this stuff still don't need to be promoted, because guess what? Just like my kids can accidentally see some of them clips online, possibly. So now it makes my job harder to protect them from the bull crap, because none of us really want our kids to be doing no bull crap. But exposure is a mother. So that exposure is going to see that, oh, they do this online. It's okay to do this. Oh, this is these heroes to me. They online getting numbers, all this stuff. It's gonna look like a plus to do it. That's where the problem is gonna come in at. And she feel like she plays no role in this, but she does, whether she feel it or not, because she's, makes a lot of money or whatnot. So she's probably feel like she don't feel it, but it's still on her. It's still gonna be on her resume and on her soul. The resume of her soul. This is the type of energy she promoting at a high level. And I do believe that you reap what you sow sometimes, but I'm not gonna get too deep into it. We just gonna, y'all make sure y'all watch this in its entirety. I appreciate the back and forth. I like Zizi explaining her disagreements that she had with it, and she stood on it for sure. Natalie, like, she wanted to pop her a couple times, but it just stayed complete discourse, smooth discourse. And you gotta be able to talk with your words, fight with your words instead of always with your fists. Make sure y'all like the video, comment below. This is JayBReacts. Until next time, y'all. Peace.